mind. Be spontaneous as ever. Okay. So, what happened the next morning? What did you do? How did you wake up?
I woke up bright and early, went to class at 9:30 in the morning, as always, you know. Like I said, life went on. You know, of course
How many people were in the class?
Fewer than normal, absolutely. I think that some of the people who were supporting Senator Obama were obviously up very late, celebrating. You know, I was up fairly late. I mean, I got home at around 11 o'clock after, you know, like I said, we were at 2 parties, one here at the university and one off campus, just across the street, and we were celebrating actually across the street for our local congresswoman, Republican Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, who was reelected comfortably, actually. So not everybody lost on our side.
What did you do there?
We stayed up about till 2 a.m. with a group of college Republicans watching the results. And we also stayed up to watch Obama's acceptance or, you know,
what did you
victory
think of the speech?
He did a good job, of course. You know, I'm disappointed, but he did a good job, and he won. So I mean, that's what it comes down to. So.
And what do you think in 4 years' time? What will happen? Everything is bankrupt and...
Anything can happen, and that's really the lesson that we've learned. But one thing I'd say, Senator McCain's speech was also, I thought, very impressive. I mean, that's really where I got emotional.
And so was President Bush's speech this morning. He did
the following morning,
he did a really good job.
Right, but
what would they say?
It was very gracious. It was just a congratulatory speech to Senator Obama, well, President-elect, and it was really gracious. I was very, you know,
I mean, Senator
glad to see him do it.
Right, Senator McCain was talking about, you know, people coming together, and you know, he was the first one that said that, you know, Barack Obama is going to be his president of the United States. He was one thing I'll tell you where I became fairly emotional was where he said, you know, this is not your failure, this is my failure, and that's what he said to the people who've been working very hard for 2 years for him to be elected, and that you know, honestly, I feel that it wasn't. He wasn't the one that failed. I mean, it was this. I mean, it was everything else that kind of, you know, structurally, it was just not the year for him, and it's unfortunate because I still do believe very strongly that he was the right man. But like I said, you know, even beyond that, you know, President Bush also talked about working with Senator Obama to really ensure a smooth transition. And you know, this is what's special about, you know, our system, where, you know, 2 people who couldn't be any more different, basically working together hand in glove. To have a very smooth transition from one President Bush to the other, Senator Obama, or soon to be President Obama.
Right. Is that inspiring to you guys that you say, okay, well, let's get rid of our disappointment and
it gives us hope. You know, we have another shot in 2 years. You know, for Congress, and then in 4 years from now, we have another chance to elect a Republican president. So I mean, it's not over. Time doesn't stop. You know, and we can keep on trying and regroup and get the Republican Party back together and, you know, restructure it.
Right. Well, wish you good luck. And just one question, because I was wondering about you guys, because I've met you, of course. So I thought, God, how would they feel? I thought so all the time, of course. And then I thought, would they be like? Did you ever think, oh, I wish I was for Obama so I could celebrate more?
No, I didn't. I really believe McCain would have been the best candidate to become president and commander-in-chief of this country. So it was really disappointing. I mean, I think what Obama did was great. He really, I mean, it's a historic election, no doubt. But no, I would have never switched sides.
Right. And about the whole racial issue, is there like, because there's so much hope in the world going on now, then as young people you must feel that that's a very positive thing. So how does that work in your...
I think it's a positive step for the United States. I mean, I would have never based a choice based on race, you know. And I think that just proves how far the United States has, you know, how far we've progressed, you know, since time. However, I still do support, you know, you have to look at the issues. And for me, McCain was my choice, you know. But what he has done is historic.
I don't think there's anyone who's not inspired or celebrating. I mean, whether you were supporting Senator McCain or Senator Obama, I don't think there's anyone who's saying, you know, who doesn't acknowledge and doesn't, you know, celebrate the fact that, you know, we've moved so far as a country. Of course, my family came here far more recently in the last 30 years. But, you know, it's something that we're all very proud of. That the American dream is true. That it doesn't matter, it rings true. It doesn't matter, you know, whether
even in failure. Can you explain that to me, because that's very interesting.
Even in failure, the son of a Kenyan immigrant who came here to go to college, who was raised by a single mother, can become president of the United States.
Only in America.
Yeah.
only in America.
And although
that's a gift, you know, that's truly a blessing, you know, that this, you know, people who move to this country can achieve greatness like that.
And you, as being on the other party and being young, so how does that make you feel, that you're proud on that, and the other, and on the other side you are disappointed, or how does that mix?
I mean, it's a mixture of feelings, you know. I mean, I'm excited because it was a historic election. It is the first time an African American has been, you know, elected president. I mean, we broke boundaries right there, and that's great, you know. But again, I am disappointed because, like I said, I did support, you know, Senator McCain. But I mean, it's a win-win situation in the end. You know, we made history and we learned from it, and we can regroup and try it again in 4 years.
Perfect. So no angriness, no hatred.
None.
No.
None whatsoever. And you know, I like.
It's the beauty of politics.
As contentious.
What
as
is the beauty?
Like, someone has to lose, you know. And the great thing is, time's going to keep going, and we'll have another chance in 4 years.
Right.
So,
Right.
Someone has to lose, and it was our time, and that's okay, you know, because we can regroup and we can make it happen again.
Well, I think that's really nice. If
And
you say
that's
that's the beauty of politics.
And
That's really, I'm touched.
We're supposed to balance each other out. That's why we, you know, the two-party system, it's great, you know, we balance each other out. We've had a Republican, you know, president for the past 8 years, and now we can move forward, and, you know, the Democrats can have their chance at it, and then in 8 more years or 4 more years, we can go back, you know, to a Republican. So,
Okay.
we have a shot.
Last word for Harout?
Last word. Oh gosh. One. You know, it's. I think that's exactly right. And one thing I've been thinking about a lot, at least in the last couple of days, is, you know, Teddy Roosevelt, who was president 100 years ago now, talked
Of the
about
teddy bear, right?
of the teddy bear, right? Talked about the virtue of being in the arena, you know, fighting for something you believe. And he gave a famous speech at the Sorbonne in Paris, and what he said was that, you know, there's nothing greater than really spending yourself for a worthy cause. And I think for both Andrea and I, this year, Senator McCain was our worthy cause. It's not going to be our last worthy cause, for sure.
Yeah.
Both of us are going to continue to be involved, and both of us are very proud of our involvement this year.
So,
Yep.
and you should be. So, I'm looking here at one of the 2 new candidates for presidency in 2012.
No.
Not of age.
No. She's got 15 years, and I've got 10 years to go. You've got to be 35.
Any idea who could be the next candidate?
You know what's
Jindal.
fascinating? Bobby Jindal, as people, Republicans talk about, the governor of Louisiana, Indian American. His parents immigrated to the United States. This is, you see what I mean? This is extraordinary. He's the governor of the state of Louisiana. The man who really has been taking the responsibility to rebuild New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. But this is, I mean, he's just one of the candidates. There's Mitt Romney, the governor former governor of Massachusetts.
And Sarah Palin might not
Sarah
be going
Palin,
anywhere.
right? Tim Pawlenty, the governor of Minnesota. But what I'm saying is, the fact that at all we could be talking about Bobby Jindal, you know, the son of Indian immigrants.
That would be amazing.
He's an extraordinary guy. He's done great things.
Yeah.
We're gonna check him up
like
in the internet.
up.
Say it again.
Bobby Jindal, Jindal.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good luck the next 2 years.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I love Jindal. My
I
dad was
do
talking
too.
about him before the election,
Yeah.
that he wishes McCain would have picked him.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
hindsight's
It
really
is
funny,
phenomenal.
but